guys have not heard, the next installment to the Borderlands franchise. People who believe that video games is a waste of time. Yo, what up all you gamers out there? The name's Second Heat. I'm bringing you guys Second's top 3 of the week, and we're going to start off with Lindsay Lohan and the suing of Rockstar for the alleged likeliness of one of the characters in GTA 5. So for those guys that do not know, this was kind of rumored sometime like maybe last year or early this year or so, where we heard that Lindsay Lohan is kind of like suing Rockstar because one of the girls in GTA 5, I believe her name was Lucy Jonas, something like that. You guys may also like recognize her on the cover of GTA 5. Lindsay Lohan is basically saying that Rockstar got a picture of Lindsay Lohan and kind of converted her into what is Lucy Jonas. And Lindsay Lohan is not happy with that, and she is suing Rockstar for that. However, what Rockstar did was not confirmed. Everyone else is saying that it was one of the other models. I completely forgot what her name was, but everybody's saying like it's not Lindsay Lohan. It's very obvious it's not you. So whatever happens, I'll let you guys know. Well, when it happens. So going on to the next news, Destiny. For those guys that do not know, Destiny is the new Bungie game coming out for all consoles: PS4, Xbox One, I believe PS3 and Xbox 360. I'm not sure on those two, but I'm not sure about the PC yet. However, all I do know that this is one of the most hyped up games of the year. And it's so hyped up that the people over at Activision, one of the analysts, has said that this is going to be the best seller of the year, and it's going to sell within 10 to 15 million copies, and that's actually a total of $600 to $900 million in sales. So that's quite a big, it's quite a big number. I believe last year's big seller was GTA 5, and we all know that that sold like $1 billion in sales within like 2 weeks or so. So I don't think, in all honesty, I don't think this is going to be, the #1 seller. It's going to definitely be in the top 5, but I kind of say it might sell within, I think at most maybe 10, 12 mil, but at least a good 7 mil, because this is a pretty hyped up game. But I do not believe it will be the best seller because there are other great things coming out there. But going further on to things, we're gonna end it off with, but we're gonna end things off with going over to the PlayStation side. Now, I just read this article where the president, I believe it's the president of PlayStation. His name is, sorry if I butchered this name. It's Shuhei, I believe Shuhei Yoshida. I'm pretty sure I got the last name right, but the first name, I don't know how the Asians work with their names. So I believe it's Shuhei Yoshida has said that, he's been hearing a lot of complaints about the lack of AAA titles, and he is actually very confused of why so many people are so demanding of AAA titles and, not so, I guess, flexible or so, wanting of the indie games. Because for those guys that have not realized this, ever since, PlayStation 4 has been announced and has been, selling and stuff, we have noticed that Sony has been really been going for the indie titles. They have been talking about how the consoles are indie developer friendly. They the E3 that just passed, they had like an entire about half of its time, maybe even 3/4 of the time, talking about indie games, showing indie game demos and stuff like that. So you can definitely tell that Sony is being very, helping for the indie developers. However, a lot of the gamers are, they're kind of, I wouldn't say that they're against, but they're not too happy for that because we have such a powerful console that, I think it's the most powerful console, to date besides the PC Master Race and all that stuff. But compared to the Xbox One, the PS4 is a lot more powerful. And, we're having such a monster with us. However, what's being provided to us, it's stuff that will normally, and I'm not, like bashing on them or anything, but it's kind of like Nintendo level games. Now, Nintendo games are always fun, but what I'm trying to say is like, let me try to say this without saying this in the wrong way. Normally when you like talk about kind of like hardcore gamers or games that are like all about the graphics, the gameplay is phenomenal and stuff. These are normally the people who are playing on the PC, Xbox One, or PS4, or PS3 and Xbox 360. However, when you want to just have like kind of like that silly funness, you'll tend to go onto the Nintendo side. That's kind of how indie games are. Indie games are kind of like the whole fun slash silliness, which isn't bad. That's always fun. That's always addicting and stuff. But we're seeing a lot of that for PS4 when a lot of us who bought the PS4 are expecting the more, freaking powerful Hunger Games. The games like, I guess you can say Call of Duty, Battlefield, Titanfall, Destiny, Watch Dogs, GTA. Games like that are the kind of games that we want to play on with, the the PlayStation or the Xbox. When we go to the Nintendo, we want to just play games just to have, well, I guess just have fun and to just, not take things as seriously. PlayStation's kind of going the Nintendo route, sadly. Yeah, at the same time, it's not too bad because developers are happy with this. But, Yoshida has been talking about how he's very confused about why so many gamers are getting so mad at the kind of movement Sony's going with. And he even said, and I quote, and I'm gonna read this off my notebook. He says, "I do realize that some people are only interested in big budget AAA games. I don't really understand those people, and I guess that's kind of understandable coming from his perspective. I'm pretty sure he's a gamer, but he's probably more of an all-around gamer who loves both AAA titles and indie titles. But I guess for us, since money doesn't come cheap, money doesn't come so easily. We want to spend our money with something we know we're going to spend time with for like months and months on end, and that's why we love AAA titles so much, because it's worth the money. That's what everyone's playing. It's like the most, that it's most likely going to be a big hit to all the gamers, and you want to play with everybody. You don't just want to, play some silly game for like the entire year or so. So I shouldn't be rambling on about this and taking us out through the week. Like that should be like a separate video. Maybe I might do that. Maybe I won't. We'll see what happens in the future. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time, this has been your boy Taking Heat. Please don't put any hateful comments on the things that I just said about the whole indie titles not being so favorable amongst gamers. Indie titles are still fun. We all love them. However, AAA titles are just the more favorable amongst us gamers. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time, this has been your boy Taking Heat, and I'm out. Peace.